What's going on, Solid Steppers? I'm in the process of leaving Marcone here in Palm Beach. Picked up all my items for services that they had in stock. Everything else is being shipped. Outstanding. So today is an interesting day because I have had the opportunity to have some exchanges with some phenomenal people that I look up to. Thank God I got somebody to look up to that helps me through everything I need to get done. And that's what I want to talk about. You know, a lot of people have their hands out. They're not making no moves. In fact, they're moving slow as hell. And so either, move or get out the damn way. That's what this talk is going to be about. You know, I just had an exchange with somebody I'm trying to connect here. I didn't realize that he was right here in Fort Lauderdale, so I'm getting ready to come up off this these 5Gs and get with the program. You know, that's part of the problem. Most of y'all don't want to spend money for the knowledge, and then when you get a little something, you don't know how to apply that. I was just talking to somebody today about a multi-million-dollar deal that if people would network and come together, that everybody can eat from the same table, make lots of money. But the problem is everybody think it's a hustle. They think it's a shortcut, and it's really not. There's structure and disciplines you have to have in place. Prime example, conversation I was having with one of my counterparts in the appliance repair. He's in a different state, and we were talking about cornering the market with specific repairs on a specific appliance that's in high demand, and it's not something that the public would have. It's really a commercial application. And so I was telling him the back work and the things that I had done to this point, and how in order to qualify, the paperwork is very similar to SBA. You know, the Small Business Administration, which makes sense since this company not only supplies corporate and retail, they actually supply a lot of government accounts, which puts you in line to, basically, if they sign off, you'll be taking care of those accounts for them. And see, people don't understand how serious it is. Like, they think that they can turn around and be like, Miss Ward. That's not going to happen. You got to be willing to put in the time, do the work, and shut up. Like, put your head down and grind. And then you got to take notes, because Miss Ward expects you to skip over all the drama I had if you listen to what I'm telling you to do. Because a win for you is a win for me. See, I understand that. But most people don't. And when you're dealing with real business, y'all up here happy to get like $100, $200, $300. That's not how the game go. In order to make real money, you need to have a really good ticket average. You need to be able to have great quality work, so you separate yourself from the rest, because there's always going to be somebody to do it cheaper, but will they have the integrity, the work ethic, and stand behind the quality of work? No, they will not. I was just in a customer's home the other day, and somebody from, I'm going to just say it because I don't really care, from Cinch or Sears or whatever you want to call it, one of those that I don't deal with. Here it is. Obviously, whoever came in wasn't experienced in working on a built-in refrigerator, and they left screws out. It was making noise when they left, and it wasn't making noise before, which means there's an issue going on with the fan. For all we know, he could have, hit the blade, and it could be off center, and it could be rubbing against anything. Who knows? All I know is when I show up, the bolts are missing that hold the panel on, and ice is starting to protrude because it's a defrost issue. Ice is just a block of ice, just unreal. Like the simplest defrost situation you could diagnose and resolve. He should have steamed it out, went through the process. In fact, before he steamed it out, he should have went through the diagnostics and then tested at the load. But no, but at the end of the day, that has to do with training. Now, this customer's mad. He wants to spend X amount of hundreds of dollars with me, get rid of his contract, look for a better company. Like, that's insane. When all they had to do is send the right guy to the job, or if he or she was an apprentice, they should have sent someone with him. But that's what I mean about the quality of work. And I ain't throwing nobody under the bus, because you do better when you know better. There's plenty of stuff I done jacked up, trust me. And I own every one, but you better believe I spent $1 million fixing my jackups because I take pride in my brand and my work. And that's how you got to do in everything you do. Like, I take my consultation serious. You wouldn't believe how many people I refunded because I don't even want to be responsible for them. And that's sad, but it's true. You know, if you want to get a consultation, get the consultation. But do not think I'm going to get on that call with you for an hour and accept the fact that you haven't started your business or you don't have a plan. Because you're going to have something going on when I get off that call. Because you're not about to make Miss Ward look bad. You know, a lot of people I talk to, because they are in a bubble, they don't get to talk to people who are really doing it and people who think outside the box. Mike has a phenomenal blueprint. And that blueprint works, you know, in certain areas, you know, and they work really better in some areas than others. And the key is you can use the blueprint, but you got to know how to tweak it to work in your area and with your demand. Some places are saturated, some places are not. So if the area, is saturated, does that mean it doesn't work? No. What it means is you need to tweak it to work for you, you know, and that's part of the problem. People don't know how to think out the box. They trying to dot an I and cross a T, and at the end of the day, there are gray areas, but because they don't deal with someone who understands contracts or how these warranty companies move, then they're sitting here frustrated, hitting their head against the wall because they feel like they're not winning. And the only reason they're not winning is because they're not thinking out of the box. So this is why you pay to play. These people are not going to think out of the box. Every time I talk to somebody and give them advice, it always works. And it's not that I'm perfect. It's because I think out the box. I take myself out of my shoes, put myself in their shoes in that situation, and give them suggestions that I would do. And I tell them the truth. I tell them how hard it's going to be. I'm going to tell them how to do plan A, B, and C. You know, you got some people, they out here playing with it. They still got jobs. They haven't burnt the ship. So they really not serious on the appliance side because they can't separate the two. As long as they got that check steady coming in, it's hard for them to focus on really getting the appliance repair thing off the ground. And there's nothing wrong with that if it's going to be a side hustle for some extra cash. But believe me, it can be extremely lucrative if you focus. So the key today is focus. Focus on what you want and make it happen. So I'm going to leave you guys with Mel Robbins. That's my favorite. Miss 54321. She a beast, you know, and you really should take a listen to her. There's a 2021 part 2 version of the 50 Rules by Mel Robbins, and it's a video by Evan Carmichael. Very good. I'm not going to put the link down here, so I'm not even going to lie, because I feel some kind of way about people not listening and doing the work. So sometimes I put links in descriptions. Everything's in the description in reference to a consult, any other videos I've done and interviews with other people and things of that nature. Everything's in the description if you want to get in touch with Miss Ward, you have a question, ... But at the end of the day, we need to learn how to work again around here. Y'all would not believe some of the questions I get. I get questions where people want me to give them all the answers, and I don't consult that way. I'm going to give you the game. I'm going to sit down and get a blueprint with you, you know, and I'm telling you, I've had consultations that I've been on the phone for 3 hours straight because I was frustrated because the person kept asking me questions, and I'm like, you need to get like a clue. Like, you really don't understand that this is not a game. Like, if you're serious, you're going to start on A and then move to B, then move to C. And if I'm giving you something, I'm giving it to you for a reason, because I need you to get an idea, and then you can move. When you get an idea or get a taste of the industry, then you can make the proper moves. Because if you don't have a taste and you go out here with a bat hitting at everything, you're going to come up empty because you have no focus, you have no targeting, you have no vision. You just out here. And that's not how you win in this game. How you win in this game is you focus, you excel at one point, and then once you get that steady, then you train somebody, put them there, and move to the next one. It's really not as hard as it seems, but it's because human nature, if people get bored, people don't have the ability to stick to it, and they don't understand that you are revamping your system at all times. Every time you go to a customer's house and you leave a tool in the truck, automatically you should have it written down or documented. Let me hop in the truck, I'm gonna throw that tool right in there, so when I go to my next client, I'm gonna move accordingly. At the same time, you should have a list of tools going, so that if you're supplying tools to your staff, like every move you make, you need to have, how am I going to scale this? How am I gonna flesh this out and make it work for me? How is that gonna happen? And if you're not thinking that way, like, because my ultimate goal is automation. So every move I'm making is something that, so that I don't have to be present. I am making it so it's going to be automated, whether it's all subcontractors and an admin staff and maybe a couple of technical supervisors. But at the end of the day, I'm building my business out so I do not have to be present, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm about layering these businesses, and every issue that comes up, Miss Ward is developing a business for it. If it's call center issues, I'm developing a business for that. If it's technical support, I'm developing a business for that. If it's training, I'm developing a business for that. And you know why? Because I'm smart as hell and I know it. And I don't need anyone to give me permission to go do shit. That's part of the problem. Why y'all waiting on somebody to give you permission? You know it's a damn problem. Build a business to solve the damn problem and stand behind it. You're dealing with the problem, so develop a program or connect with someone who does and funnel your people to them and make that paper. It's not that hard. Trust me. Anyway, shout out to my fellow Fort Lauderdale brother, Bjorn Bees, over there building his brand, building his table. Much respect to him. Make sure you guys go to Instagram. Check out his interview on Social Proof with David Never Sleeps. A beast. Let me tell you, that dude got the automation game down. But you better come up off them G's if you want to get the game, and then don't get mad if you don't make it, because it's on you. You're going to have to apply. So with that said, y'all, I done yelled enough into the video, because I'm going to, y'all know how it is when I get crunk. Y'all be blessed. Oh yeah, plus I'm feeling fly because I got my little LA Fitness workout today. Oh, I love that row machine. That is my favorite. Got on the treadmill. I am so happy that I can go to the gym. But with that said, y'all be blessed. Remember, in the description is all the consulting links, Cash App, PayPal, whatever you need. Holla at me. I'm that one-stop shop. Trust.